Thanks for tuning into my video. My name is John, also known as Ball Smasher. I don't actually smash balls, but in this game I get to. I'm going to be taking a quick look at Rocket League and voicing my opinion and thoughts on it. Rocket League was developed by Psyonix, who are primarily known for Unreal Tournament 2004 and recently released Nosgoth, which is a multiplayer vampire vs human game set in the Legacy of Kain universe. Rocket League revolves around you playing a rocket car, pitted against other automobile warriors in a battle of balls and goals. It's definitely not as erotic as it sounds. The game is essentially football with acrobatic cars. You have the ability to smash a very large ball around an arena in games of 2v2, 3v3 and 4v4. The main aim of the game is just to score more than your opponent before the 5-minute timer ends. Gameplay is fast paced, hectic and extremely fun. A game with such a simple premise is handled extremely well by Psyonix, and every car has the same stats, although some do have a bit of a larger hitbox, but this doesn't really affect gameplay. The game doesn't have any power-ups on the field, which means the only power-up you can really get is a boost, which doesn't really affect the gameplay or alter it too much. Now the skill ceiling is quite high, and the ability to use your rocket boost in order to steer your car towards the ball in the air to hit high balls, or aligning yourself perfectly with the ball in order to edge in a sneaky goal means that you always have something to improve on. Controls are fluid in the game, and similar to most other driving games I've played on the PC. I did use an Xbox controller for this game, as I do feel it's very well suited to it, but I do have friends who have played it on the keyboard and didn't have many issues. The only problem I had in game was maybe driving up a wall or something, but I think that's generally due to me being shit and not actually an issue with the game's controls. Sound isn't something I've taken into too much consideration when playing this game, but it is very good. I've noticed that when you are in a game, you do hear people revving their engines, firing off their boosters or smacking into the ball at high speed, and Psyonix have done a great job with the atmosphere. You do feel like you're at a football match for cars. You hear the crowd chanting your name, you also hear them doing a countdown whenever the game's about to end, and it is all very well done. There are unlocks in the game as well that will give off a bit of sound. You can unlock a booster trail that will start shooting rainbows out of the arse of the car and playing unicorn music. You can also unlock a flower power mode as well, which will give off a sort of hippie vibe whenever you're driving your car. As you can imagine, the main component of this game is the multiplayer. The game offers multiple modes with a 4v4, which is aptly titled Chaos, 3v3, which is standard, and 2v2. The rank play options are a little bit different, with no 4v4 offered. 3v3 can only be queued into solo, and ranked doubles that can be played with a friend. You do also have the option for 1v1. Rank does seem to have some form of rating, but from what I've gathered, this seems like they're not functioning correctly, or is based off your wins and losses alone. The game's matchmaking options seem to be pretty solid, with servers across Europe, US West, US East and Oceania. Load times in the game seem to be minimal, and while I've been in a game, I've noticed a little bit of latency with players looking like they're on MDMA bouncing around the map. Other than that, it's a very rare occurrence and it seems to be pretty good. Single player, although not the main focus, does offer a few options. Season mode offers you the ability to pit you and a team of 2 AI controlled players versus other AI in a football-esque league. You can play over a total of weeks and then fight it out in the playoffs for a title, a fun diversion for those looking for practice or who simply don't like competitive multiplayer. The other options include the ability to play exhibition matches against the AI, which are also a good method of practice. Speaking of practice, the game also offers training scenarios for things such as striking, goals, aerial shots, each with 3 tiers of increasing difficulty from rookie to all-star. These are incredibly useful for learning the intricacies of the game and for filling your time while you wait for a match. Thankfully, it does give you the option to queue whenever you're in free play mode in the training, so you can just sit and idle in there while you wait for your match to start. In regards to customization, according to the developers, you can have up to 10 billion possible combinations of cosmetic options for your car. I have no intention of testing this claim, but the game does offer a multitude of options for the aesthetics of your car. There are several different types of car, ranging from a sports car to something that looks like a van out of the A-Team. You then have the option to change the decals, the paint and paint types, your booster and your rims. You also have the ability to equip different antennas and hats, and I've noticed they paid homage to a few games that I have in Steam. For example, Warframe. They've also got a little Twitch flag that you can put on the back, and as you can see in the background video, I'm currently zipping around the field with a slime green booster and rocking a little pirate outfit as well. For players who enjoy analysing the replays or getting a deeper look at how they've been playing across a game or what other players may be doing, the game does also offer an option to go into the replays. It also has free look and it's pretty flexible in what you can do with it. For those players who are a bit more stat orientated, you can go into the extras option in the main menu. This will show you all your stats across all your games, including how many goals you've scored, how many saves, or how many times even you've caused a player to score an own goal. This is my first video, so I'd really appreciate any comments or any suggestions that you might have for my future videos. If there's any games that you want me to review, or if there's anything that you would like to ask me, just feel free to send me a message. As always, if you could just like or subscribe this video and maybe share it among your friends. Thanks.